Not supposed to say that, you know.
Something will go wrong.
Could lose internet.
Howdy.
That looks like Greg didn't eat last night's meal yet. Same background. It was me for a second. I just
No.
yeah, I was the echo for a second. Sorry.
I watched a movie last night with Samuel L. Jackson, and he did not swear one time during that whole movie.
Must have been a fake Samuel.
Yeah, really.
No, it was a chubby Samuel L.
Okay.
Jackson.
All right, we have audio confirmation. I don't know what happened, but the audio is working. John Williams was first, second, third in chat. He says, "Cheers, it's Friday, and I have an attitude." All of you. We'll get to that in a minute. And then John says, "See me tomorrow," and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Jeff says, "Almost away we go." Yeah, I was a little bit late, and StreamerBot and SpeakerBot are working. Some of the older commands are working. I did not get them all fixed last night, and I did not even get a chance to look at them today because, as most of you know, I have a plumbing issue with my shower. I currently have no running water. If I need water, I gotta draw it to a bucket and then go from there, and it's a big mess. But we'll get over it. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I'd like to, as the title of tonight's show says, let's celebrate the 300th live stream of this year. This stream right here. Yay! This is live stream number 300. Should have been 301. But 300 is cool. I think I'm going to hit the 365, which is how many days in a year?
It's 365.
65. There you go. Greg, second place, better than you. Well, actually, Jeff was second. You were third, but John was first, then Jeff, then Greg.
I was second.
You was not second. I'm looking right at it.
That's all I saw on the chat.
Well, your internet doesn't work right half the time, so who knows what you saw? Ellen.
It worked. It's
Ellen
working
Cutie Pie
right
says
now.
hello. Hello, Ellen. And let's see here. I think One Fish says hi all. Hello, Sam. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and maybe not put my foot in my mouth. Let me check something out first here. No, Ellen Cutie Pie is not who I thought that was. But hello, Ellen. Now, is Ellen PH Vlog here yet? I don't see her, but I'm sure she will be joining us quite shortly. Yeah, my brother came over this afternoon, and I was debating on doing anything because the leak was nominal, just a few drops here and there. But I thought, what the heck? John sent me the part to replace it. We might as well go ahead and do that. So that's what we attempted to do.
Your cartridge?
Yeah, the cartridge, yes. We got the cart. We used the cartridge pull that John sent. Cartridge came right out. We're good to go. And then we were looking at it, and exactly. Some of the videos we watched earlier today, I suggested to John, this is what I was thinking about doing. He said, no, you don't want to do that. I'll be putting a whole new bathroom in if I were to do that. So I'm not going to do that. John offered to drive all the way down from Madison to help get this resolved. And while I appreciate the offer, I don't think that's going to be needed. My brother is going to come back over tomorrow, and we will figure this out. If nothing else, we'll get it to where it's got a little bit of a drip, and I'll be done with it. Right now, we put everything together, we turn the water on, and then the valve itself, the cartridge moves out, thus turning the water on, and water runs and runs and runs. Now, there's another problem. Not only does it run out of the spigot, it runs out of where the cartridge goes in. So there's definitely a problem, and I think we have to pull that whole apparatus out and put the new one in. Find out tomorrow.
Well, you're talking about replacing the whole valve?
Yeah, I could go in there and grab it and show you the
No.
what it is.
I've got a
But
mowing valve in my shower upstairs. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, uh,
I have the Positemp variety, but it's still a mowing valve.
right. And this thing's from 1996 or 1992. It's really old. Um, all the cartridges we looked at today for replacement are plastic. The one John sent me is identical to the one that I have, so that's good. Um, it just it won't. I can't get it to work. Right now, the problem I have is I can't. I can get the new cartridge to go in all the way to the back, put the little locking pin in like you're supposed to, put the handle on it, turn the water on, and by the time I walk from turning the water on into the bathroom, water is gushing out where that cartridge goes in at, as well as coming out of the spigot. Can't get the old cartridge to go back in at all. I'm not real sure why that is, because the cartridge is the same as the new cartridge, but the new cartridge will go in, the old cartridge won't go in. So tomorrow we'll get better lighting in there, and we'll figure out what's going on. I don't know how to pull the rest of that cartridge out. I'm gonna have to do some Google searching. So that was my day. Pretty interesting day today.
My morning was I went to the dentist again,
Oh boy.
and a crown I have on an implant that's already there came loose.
Mm,
Not all the way off because of how it's done, but I learned something about implants. They got this thing that screws into your bone,
right.
where
Right.
they make a hole and insert that, and then the bone goes back around it. There's
Right.
a screw inside that screw,
Okay.
and that's what the crown part fastens onto. And the crown was just wiggling a little bit, and the dentist comes in and he looks at it and looks at the X and says, "See that little shadow here? That inner screw may be broken."
Oh well. You know what my next question would have been? How did it get broken?
Well, no, he proceeded to tell me that it got broken if it was because I was biting too hard.
Oh.
But as it
Okay.
turned out, the line was an artifact on the X-ray and the screw was not broken.
Oh, okay.
He drilled a hole through the crown. Well, a crown for an implant comes with a hole already in it because it's got to go down over that post.
Right. Right.
And then they have little tiny tools, and they have a little wrench they torque down that screw with, actually. And then they put some type of a plastic layer right over that, and then they fill up the crown with a regular crown material on top of that. But he drilled it out, got the screw out, looked at it, it was good, put it back in. It was all done in about 7 or 8 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, I have an inherited fear of they're gonna drill into my bone to put a stud in my bone for the bone to grow back, to put a tooth in
Oh, I'm
place.
getting ready to do 4 more. 2 of them, they're gonna deliberately break part of the bone under the sinus and push the bone up to make the layer thicker. At the same time as they're putting in 2 posts for implants all at once. And they assure me everything is going to work fine.
How painful is that?
Well, they're going to, the oral surgeon will not do it except under general anesthesia, which tells you something.
Yeah, it's still gonna hurt when that wears off. That's my inherited fear is it's gonna hurt.
So it'll probably ache for a day or 2.
Yeah. Speaking of a day or two, I have not heard from our good buddy and friend from Brainerd, but I heard something to the effect that he was on Kerry Holzman's live stream today. He said he's doing better, but he's still in a lot of pain. and I haven't watched. Well, I have. That's not entirely true. I have watched some YouTube videos today. They were all on how to remove, how to get loose a stuck valve, how to do this, how to do that, how to do that. But as far as other videos, I've not watched Sam's. I've not watched Bill's. I didn't watch Pauline. I watched about 5 minutes of Resolve Con, and then all hell broke loose with the water. So once again, I have it ready to go maybe for tomorrow or Sunday if I ever get around
What's
to being
this?
able to watch it.
Now, John
So
says he's heading down with a sawzall.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have a new house by the time John gets done. Hey, John, pick up a can of propane, the big can, the big.
Mhm.
What are those called for your
Well,
propane
if
grill?
you switch out the valve, do you have to unsolder the valve that's there and do all that kind
No,
of
from
thing?
what I'm gathering, if we get that dumb thing to come out and we just put it back in and we're good to go.
Oh, when you say the
Because,
whole valve, you're not replacing the pipe section
oh
that
no, not the pipes at all.
contains the
No,
valve.
no,
That's what I was thinking about.
no. Well, I hope not. I
I've
hope
seen
not.
some interesting plumbing videos in the last few months. Apparently,
Yeah,
people
there's going to
would
be a
like to.
real interesting one tomorrow. So this is the part. Let me pay no attention to the mess you're about to see behind me. So this is the part that I think we have to replace. This is the new one. This is what John sent me.
Well, that's the cartridge, right?
This is the cartridge. This goes down inside that. This is the
Oh,
old one.
okay.
This goes down inside this. And it's not going to go all the way in because I do
Well,
believe it's a different
so if
size.
it's not going in quite right, then you think you may just have to replace the valve and the cartridge.
This part, yeah, the whole thing. Because the
Okay,
new
all
one,
right, all right. I understand what you're saying now.
the new one actually is still in the shower. I thought I had it fixed, but I
Yeah,
don't.
well, yeah, the
John.
interesting thing I see on plumbing videos these days is when they're doing copper. Nobody solders anymore. They've got these new joints. They got this big machine thing that just clamps right around there and seals them tight with no solder.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And claim it works just as well as soldering. I'm a tiny bit skeptical about that because if you get any expansion and contraction in the pipe over the years, I would trust a solder joint not to open up better than I would trust one that would just clamp.
Right. Yeah, I
But I
would
may
too.
be full of crap. It's been
Yeah.
known to happen.
Susanna Morgan, proud single mother, joins us in chat. We have two, count them, two turquoise wavy men and a light. Thank you, Susanna. I do
Now,
appreciate
Ellen
it.
Cutie Pie, is she from the Philippines?
I'm sure she is. Yeah. I thought it might be Ellen
Well, I
PH
looked at,
vlogs, but it's not.
yeah,
I don't think it is. It might. I don't. Ellen Cutie
no,
Pie,
it's
are you
not.
still
I
here?
followed the link to her channel, and simply from what I saw there, I was surmising she might be in the Philippines.
Yeah, I'm 90%
That's
sure.
fine. Nice looking gal.
Yes, I will agree with that. It's kind of a busy
Well,
day.
John Williams, I don't know. I've got plenty of gas too, but it's not going to help Kim.
Rick Lakes, speaking of the man himself, Rick says hi. Hello, Rick. Every single one of us are kind of worried and wondering how you're doing, but if you can get that finger to work and type HI once, you don't need to play Darren and put it in there
I'm gonna say,
18 times.
be
In all
careful what
seriousness, though,
finger you
Rick.
ask for.
Yeah, I know, huh? Well, Darren's going for the XP of the Year award. We all know that. In all seriousness, though, Rick, we are glad that you're home, and
Yep.
hopefully you're mending well. And take it easy. Follow your doctor's orders.
Don't do anything useful for at least 6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Wintermute
Yeah,
says hello to Rick.
do it.
Hello, Wintermute. Sam waves to Rick. Let's all wave to Rick. Everybody wave. Hi, Rick. Max, you better start waving. Um, Bill's not in the picture tonight, is he? I see an empty chair. Well, that steak and eggs and hash browns look really good
That's the
on
same
Greg's.
background Greg had last night, although it's not what he ate last night,
No,
I don't think.
no. I think he had fajitas. I had
Could
ramen
be.
noodles tonight. In my last attempt to get the water to not do what it was doing, I drew two big old pan full of water so that I've got water. And I do plan on drawing a whole entire bucket full of water here in a little bit, but there's no hurry. I just, at about, I don't know, 8:30, quarter to 9, I said, that's it. I'm done. I got to eat. Walked away from it, got everything out of the way, and watched a couple TV shows real quick and had my ramen noodles. It was good. They were real good. Last two, no, I'm gonna have to go to the store sometime tomorrow because I'm out of ramen noodles.
Hell, I made my store run today because it's Friday and I get extra points on Friday if I clip the right coupon. So
Right.
today I got 5 times normal points.
I had to run to Ace Hardware. You know the little screw that holds your handle on in the shower?
Yep.
It broke somehow. I mean, that's how old this place is. The screw itself broke. So that was a pain in the neck to
Yep.
get out. We got that out. Then I ran up there. The guy gave me the screw. It was like 18 cents. He says, "Oh, don't worry about it." And while I was there, I said, "Well, just out of curiosity," and I told him what we had. And he goes, "You will be lucky if you can find that anywhere." So hopefully not. Hopefully that's not going to be the problem. Rick says he's going to go lay back down. Good idea, Rick. Uh, I second that. That's a really good idea.
Yep.
Don't try to overdo it. Even if you think that you're feeling better and think you might be able to do something, give it another day. Is that ice cream? No, wait. What is
Ice
that?
cream pie.
I told
I
you.
almost had an emergency and called my neighbor. Couldn't get it out of the pie pan.
Ice cream pie, really?
Yeah.
Chocolate crust. It looked like.
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream?
Chocolate and vanilla.
Mm-mm-mm. It's not sugar free either, is it?
No.
Didn't think so. I think I'm the only one in this group that watches the sugar. But it is what it is. I don't miss it at all. Well, as someone in the group would say, we're into overtime tonight. We're at 10:18. I mean, overtime's overtime. I'm quite sure my Indiana Fever got beat tonight. They were down like 20 points early on. Too early to check baseball scores because my team is out on the West Coast, which means it is barely past 7. The game's probably maybe in the second inning, maybe if we're lucky. So,
Speaking of baseball scores, the Little League team from Las Vegas made it all the way back through the losers bracket and they get to play for the U.S. title.
I didn't realize Vegas had dropped into the loser bracket, but that's
Yeah,
pretty.
they got beat by the team they're going to play for the title.
So if Vegas beats them, then they got to play one more time, right?
Right.
Double
Whoever
elimination.
wins that game then plays for the international title
Right.
against
Which
the winner of all the out-of-country teams or whatever you
It's
want to call them.
been a good number of years since I've watched it, but so tomorrow Las Vegas will play whoever they're going to play in the one game. If they win that, they'll
Right.
play again tomorrow, and then the international game will be on Sunday, unless they've
Right.
changed it. Who won the international side? Have they determined that yet?
That I don't know.
Yeah, I used to keep up with that when I was younger. There was a lot of impressive little league play. Man, them kids are good. And not bragging because he's my son, but my son was just as good as that. But the kids here in Indiana never got an opportunity to go to something quite that big. Would have been an experience, but they never did. They won a few tournaments in the state and around, but nothing like the Little League World Series, which I think is a wonderful thing, by the way. Fantastic thing.
Yeah, there was an article on the front website page of the RJ earlier today, and now it's gone. Let me go to the sports section.
Yeah, I'm so far behind. This is just I've been a bad afternoon.
Okay, they played the Fairfield, Connecticut team and lost to them before.
So that's who they play tomorrow.
Right, and they have to play them again. It wasn't a blowout when they lost the other time. So
2025 Little League World Series and results. Let's see if this will give me what I want. It probably won't.
Summerlin South versus Fairfield, Connecticut, 12:30 p.m. Saturday.
And it looks like the international championship is Asia Pacific versus the Caribbean.
So,
And then at 3 o'clock, you got the United States champion Metro versus the Mountain on ABC. And then, so Summerlin's out of the Mountain. They're calling that the Mountain Division. So it'd be nice if they would give their cities here. So when did they get beat? Because I'm looking at all of the games right here. Which is kind of boring for the stream. It's kind of interesting for me. And speaking of that, let's wrap it up. I have no idea if the stream deck's going to work or not. It's not even on. This could be disastrous. Just a bad day. Tennessee is beating Minnesota. Is that college? Did college kick off tonight? Hey, is that college, John?
Silk and satin and feel the night. Ooh, yeah. Glitter falling, golden light. Shine, shine. Every step a whispered tease. Moving slow like honey bees. Shimmy, shimmy, watch me glow. Oh, oh. Take it high and bring it low. Down, down. Velvet shine, I steal the show. Flow, flow.
That's all, folks.
Scroll is not going where it should. So I'm going to have to work on that. And I should be back. The audio should be back. John says it's the NFL. I should be back. Yep, I got audio. Thank you, John. Well, thank everybody for being here for the 300th live stream of 2025. I'm guessing I'm way ahead of my daily average that I want to do. So, I don't know, I hit 365. I could retire from YouTube for the rest of the year. Darren Gilholm joins us as we're wrapping up the stream. If you want to join us on the Zoom panel, Stout, Z00M@gmail.com. Send me an email, ask for the credentials, and I'll send those to you, and you can join us on the panel. If you have the credentials and would like to join us on the panel, by all means, join us on the panel. Have a great night. See you, everybody, tomorrow, maybe on Doug's. It's going to depend on how the water debacle goes. Good night.